Hey guys, I'm getting this video started today with me baking a treat for the week. Noah said he didn't really know what he wanted, and so he was like, I don't have to have anything or whatever, I don't know. Well, so I asked Jeff, I said, what do you want? And I had already told Noah what I thought that his daddy would say. Let's just say I was right. But anyway, I asked Jeff, I said, what do you want? Do you want me to do anything? Do you want me to just do nothing? What do you want this week? So he told me that he wanted me to do the Amish friendship bread. The one without the starter, because I don't have a starter. The website that I got this from, you can. She has another recipe that you can do a starter. She shows how you do it, or tells you how to do it anyways. But this one does not require a starter, which makes it super easy. So I'm going to put that together, and I know I've shared it with you guys several times, but I do have some new people here that may have never seen it, or maybe you didn't go back and look at my older videos, maybe you didn't see the collab video, I don't know. But anyway, I got this from Amy because she and I did a collab. I have my oven preheating to 325. It will soon be ready, so y'all will hear it beep. I've got my pans sprayed. Let me just put y'all down here so you can see what's going on my little doodad. I've got my book in the way. Got my pans sprayed over here. I've got my 2 bowls that I need, and I've got all my other paraphernalia out here. So in this large bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put in some things. And as always, unless I figure out something different, I will not be telling you the exact measurements, but I will be putting the link for this recipe down below in the description box. So you will have the recipe if you want it. And actually, I really like it whenever YouTube creators or anybody who shares a recipe, whenever they do this, because that way I can just print off the recipe and I don't have to try to sit there and write it down as they say it and stop and rewind and pause and do all this stuff. I would just much rather have it written out, either typed out in the description or else a link. I really love the links because then you don't have to copy and print. Because whenever I copy and print, and you guys tell me this, whenever you copy and print, does it turn out gray? Because when I copy and print, it always turns out gray. And even whenever I do recipes of my own, I leave you guys a link to where I store my recipes for you guys to see them, which is my blog. Which I don't put much on there. It's just recipes and scripture writing plans. So there you go. There should be a link to that in my link tree as well. So I'm going to put in this bowl, because I have that preheated, I'm going to put my flour, pudding mix, cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And then in this other bowl, I'm going to put eggs, oil, sugar, buttermilk, and vanilla extract. So I'm going to start with the flour. And y'all, if you've watched me, you know that I cannot stand stuff that I've already done. Like when I'm finished with it, I want it out of my way. So during this process, I will be moving some of these things. I'm not exact with the flour. Like if I was baking bread, I would take a knife and just rub that off and like make sure it was the exact amount and everything. I would level it, but I don't do that when I'm doing this for whatever reason. I don't know why, I just don't. So there's my flour, dry pudding mix. You're supposed to use 1 large, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. I have never used 1 large, but because whenever I was, when I first used this recipe, when I did the collab with Amy, because she did the gluten-free version and I did the gluten version, this is all I had was the small boxes, and I've never done it any other way. I'm not going to go buy anymore as long as I have this, so there's that. And I still have quite a bit because I got an awesome sale on it. I wish I could come across another sale like that, because I paid $6 for 24 boxes, and they were in date. It's preheated. They're still in date for a while. So, and that was a win. Okay, so the pudding mix, the cinnamon, and I just grabbed this out, and I think that I might need to put some cinnamon in my in my container. So I'm just going to keep this out to put it in there, which I'm going to have some more anyway, because you need cinnamon for the topping. But there is something that I think I'm going to try this time with the cinnamon instead of just putting it on the top. You know how, you know, whenever you make, let's see, which one is first? Let's see, I need baking powder and soda. Okay. But you know how you make with, what is it? I'm trying to think of a cake or something that, like whenever you do the marbling or whatever, or a coffee cake or something, that you'll take and you'll kind of run a knife or something through to make the other thing that you're putting in mixed together some. I don't know. I'll have to show y'all what I'm talking about, I guess. I hope y'all probably understand me, because y'all, a lot of you been around for a while and you know I'm crazy. Where did I put my salt? It's hiding. There it is. Oh, I've got flour on it. I'm wearing my new apron today too that Jeff and I made. I haven't worn it at all since we made it. Alright, so to whisk that together. Alright, I'm going to move it to the side. And I'm going to take the things I don't need away. Why is there water? There is water coming out. I don't normally put this in the dishwasher, but somebody else had. And now there's water in the handle. And I didn't take it out because I didn't notice it. Hello. We don't need to have this in the dishwasher again. My whisk. A bunch of water just came out. Why is she screaming at us? Do you want me to make some Rice Krispie treat for y'all, or does he like them? Okay. If you want me to make some for y'all, I will. If you don't, then okay, I won't. Okay, so in this bowl, I'm going to add the eggs, oil, sugar, buttermilk, and vanilla extract. So everything else that's left. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sugar in first. Even though I know it says eggs, but whatever, it's fine. It's all going to get mixed together.
He said not really.
He doesn't like them? Okay. We'll use this one because I haven't used it. This is what we use to measure for our tea. And some people think it's crazy that we're from the South and we don't put a lot of sugar in our tea. But we don't even put a whole cup. I really don't know how much this is. How much is that? Alright, so this is what we put in our tea for a gallon. It's a little over half a cup. It's not even 3/4 of a cup. So our tea is not as sweet. Some people think we're crazy. I think I'm going to need the sugar again. I probably shouldn't have put it away. But whatever, it's fine. I'll get it back. This is one thing that got me. Let me move this out of the way, because y'all can't see what I'm doing over here. It needs a whole cup of oil. And I'm like, what? That's a lot. But I'm using avocado oil, which I need to get some more because this is all I have left of avocado. I use avocado, olive, and coconut oil. Now, we do have some vegetable oil, but I don't like it. It's under protest that it's here. I told Jeff I didn't want it bought anymore. He keeps saying, well, don't we need some vegetable oil? Don't we need vegetable oil for frying? No, you don't. You can use olive oil. We have 2 different kinds of olive oil. We have like one that's a higher grade that's more, you know, flavorful or whatever, and then one that's a more lower grade that's more frying. But I keep telling him, you don't have to have it. And I know some people will think, oh, well, that's fine. You can use, you know, every once in a while. But I just don't like it. I don't know. I hear too many bad things about it. But it could just be my crazy. I don't know. Alright, there's the oil. I'm just talking about things. Buttermilk. We need a cup of that. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell y'all that. But I told you anyway, so now you know. And honestly, I think the buttermilk is what makes this so good. I really do. I know that sounds crazy to some people probably. But I think that sourness of the buttermilk, like that tangy, with that cinnamon, it just, I don't know, something about it. I just think it's awesome. I don't know what it is, but I think, that's my theory, is that that is what makes it so delicious. Okay, so I've got the oil, the sugar, the vanilla, and it does not use much vanilla at all, which was surprising to me. Alright, I'll put this back in the refrigerator. I can't stand things being out if it's cold. Not for long anyway. I gotta put it back. I just have to. It's just the way I am. Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, and now I'm gonna put my eggs in, and these are from my girls. I have 2 different kinds of chickens out there. And they give me green and brown eggs, or whatever this color is. And I always crack it into something else. I know not everybody does that, but if I was to get a bad egg and I put it in there, everything would be ruined. And that would be a lot of wasted product, and it would make me sad. Also, if I got a shell into my egg, same situation. Well, I could get the shell out, but it would be so annoying. Alright, so now I'm going to whisk this together. I'm trying to keep my whatever that thing is, my spatula, from falling, but I may not make it. It may fail. But I'm going to whisk this together really well. Look over my thing and make sure I've got everything in here. I've got the flour, the pudding, the cinnamon, the baking soda, baking powder, and salt into one. I've got the eggs, the oil, the sugar, buttermilk, and vanilla in this one. Get this well incorporated, get those eggs really good and mixed. And I did not, something else that I normally do, I did not start the dishwasher last night. And the reason why I did not, and y'all know if you've been around that I always do, unless it's not full, but the reason why I didn't is there wasn't enough. But then after breakfast, I could. Alright, I'm going to get rid of these shells because they're bugging me. Noah, can you see what's going on with Daisy? She's screaming at me. Alright, so now I'm going to add the wet to the dry and mix it just until it's mixed. You don't need to over mix it because it'll make it tougher. So I'm going to get all of this in here that I can. That's why I like the silicone spatulas. They are some of my favorite tools in the kitchen. She wanted some dry food. That crazy cat, like if her bowl does not have a certain amount, we have to put enough in there for her, or she meows at us. Alright, I'm going to mix this together, and then I'm going to divide it into these two pans, and then I'm going to, I don't know if y'all, yeah, y'all can see into the bowl, and then I'm going to bake it for 1 hour or until a toothpick comes out clean. And I don't have any notes on my recipe that I printed off, so I guess it's for an hour every time. No, I'm not. I've got to divide it, and then I've got to do one more thing before that. Another reason, I keep saying one reason, there's a lot of reasons. Another reason why I like this recipe is you don't have to pull out any heavy equipment. Like, you don't have to have a mixer. You don't have to have your stand mixer. You don't have to have a hand mixer. You don't have to have anything. You can easily just put it together, and it's not difficult to mix. One thing that makes it easier to mix is having the having that egg mixture well incorporated before you put it into your dry mixture. If you have it well incorporated, then you're pretty good. You're pretty good to go. And the way I do this is I kind of cut a little, like I kind of do like this, and then I push down all that I can, and I put half in one and a half in the other. Now, is it perfect? No. Is it good enough? Absolutely. Could I use a smaller bowl? Probably. But this bowl is lightweight, and it's not hard for me to hold. It is big enough that whenever I'm mixing, I don't make as much of a mess, because I'm a messy baker, and I will make a mess if I don't do certain things. So I like to have this kind of big bowl that I can just mix as crazily as I want, and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, put that to the side, and I'm going to smooth this out into this pan. I sprayed the pan with my Baker's Joy, but you can just grease it, and that's just fine. Alright, so I'm going to smooth this one out, get it all the way to the edges. I think Noah is on the not wanting any snacks kind of thing right now, unless it's like a salty snack or something. But he is burping like crazy, and I know y'all hear him. Sorry for even bringing it up, because you might not have heard him. But anyway, he's been wanting like salty snacks instead of sweet snacks, and I think he's eating stuff like his freezer burritos and stuff. That's why I try to make them. Okay, I should not have taken the sugar away. I know that. I knew that before. So let's see. I need a teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Alright, I know this is a cup. So I'm just going to put a 1/4 cup in there. And I don't know why I haven't been doing this every time, or a 1/4 of this bowl. About that much. We're going to say it's enough. How much cinnamon did I say? 1/2 teaspoon. Yes. No, 1 teaspoon. Okay. Well, I got the right size. That's good. I was just going to do a 1/2, but I need a whole. So. And I know I've said this before on my channel, but I have a reaction to cinnamon whenever I eat it. But I eat it anyway. It's just like a surface reaction. My tongue kind of feels numb. Now I'm just going to put this over the top. My tongue kind of feels numb. It feels a little bit strange, but it doesn't stop me from eating it. I don't need this anymore. I don't know why I'm keeping it. And I know this seems like a lot of sugar, and it is. Honestly, it's a lot. But it will soak in. Like tomorrow, it'll kind of be soaked into the bread, if that makes sense. Now, whenever I pull it out of the oven, it won't be. Some of it will, but not all of it. Okay, so what I was talking about is trying to, like, get this to go in some. I'm only going to do it with this one. I'm not going to do it with both of them. I don't think it's going to work. I might have just made a mistake, because it's not going to, oh well. I mean, it's fine. This one's just going to look funny on top. Who knows? It might look just fine. We shall see. We're going to put it in the oven for an hour at 325, and I'll be back. Well, I don't know. I might be back before it's done, but I'll be back by the time it's done anyway. Okay, so I'm taking these out. I guess I should have started recording before I started doing it, but I'm taking them out of the oven. You're supposed to let them sit for 10 minutes in the pan, and then take them out of the pan and put them on a wire rack and let them cool the rest of the way. Now, the one that I did the crazy with, it went inside, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference in the way it is. But let me get y'all a little bit closer. Stop looking at the pans. This is the way it's supposed to look, but this is the one I tried to do the stuff with. I mean, it looks kind of bumpy and stuff, but that's not going to affect the taste at all. It's going to be fine. But anyway, I'm going to move them off of this counter because the boys have informed me, or Marcus wants some chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to make a recipe of those. I've never made this recipe before, and I'm very tempted to split it in half because of so much. Oh, wait. It's got oatmeal in it. Let me, hold on. Let me talk to y'all. I'm going to have to probably find another recipe. And I don't think I have a chocolate chip cookie recipe that does not have oatmeal in it. Marcus has autism, so, or he is autistic. I don't really know the proper way to say it. We say it both ways in our family. But he has like food aversions and things like that. So let me see this one. It's thick chocolate chip cookies. Make 6 cookies? No, that cannot possibly make 6. That's a whole lot of all of everything to be making 6 cookies. 2 1/3 cups of flour. This is a contender. We may do that one, but I'm not gonna make 6. Y'all know me, I always make a certain size and, you know, go with it. I may just find one, but anyway, he thought that he smelled chocolate, or smelled. He thought that he could smell chocolate whenever this was cooking. He didn't know what it was. And so anyways, because of him having autism or being autistic, he doesn't eat certain things, and it's understandable. I have food aversion with certain things. Textures sometimes get to me. So I think I'll just try this one, and if it doesn't work out, I can make another. But that's the only chocolate chip recipe that I have, that was loud, that does not have oatmeal. So we're going to try this one. I don't know where it came from. It's from My Recipes, so I'll see if I can find it and link it, but this is supposed to be like gigantic cookies. Okay, you can make smaller cookies if you prefer. You just need to adjust your baking time. Alright, so let me get everything ready and I'll be back. I'm going to have to move my bread though, probably over there on that counter. But I'll be back. Okay, so while the bread was cooking, I had actually washed up all my stuff, and I'm glad I did. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm probably going to have to get another bowl, yes. And this will be for the dry ingredients. This one will. So now, I've never made this recipe before. I don't know how it's going to be. We're going to just figure it out. Probably need to get my mixer out because I need it, but I didn't yet. Let's see, how many? 5 tablespoons and a teaspoon. Alright, I know I'm going to need 1/3 of a cup, and I don't want to get out another cup. So 5 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon makes 1/3 cup. Was that 5? I don't know anymore. I was talking instead of paying attention. Well, I know that's 1 teaspoon though. Oh, those were still a little bit wet. Oh well. Okay, it's alright. It's not a big deal. Alright, so I gotta mix my flour, my baking powder, salt, baking soda. Yeah, okay. So let me get my flour in there, the rest of it. That's a little more than I needed, so I'll go a little bit shy with one of them, with the last one. That's the way I do whenever I'm baking something like this. And I'm not being precise. I'm not always precise when it comes to cookies and stuff. I try to be as precise as I can, but I'm not the same as whenever I do bread. And it always seems to turn out. Which with this, oh, I didn't even time myself for that bread. By the time I get this done, it'll be time to do that. Okay. I need to stop thinking about other things and think about what I'm doing. Baking soda. Put that in. Baking powder. Can you open it? No. I can't do it. And the salt, I'm not going to add as much salt because I'm using salted butter and unsalted butter, because that's what I grabbed, and I'm trying to use up the salted butter, and I did that before and it was fine. So I'm not going to use all of the salt that it calls for, which it does call for quite a bit of salt in my opinion. So now add those together. It's preheated because I had to turn it up to 400. Alright, those are ready. So let me go ahead and I gotta get my mixer, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip those out over there. Here, I'll just kind of do it while y'all are watching. Let me wash my hands. There may be flour on my hands, I don't know. And I didn't do a wash, I just did a soapy rinse. That's what I do a lot of time when I'm cooking, because unless there's something gross on my hands, I do a soapy rinse just to hurry up and get it done, because I'm fixing to be putting my hands back in the same thing most likely. Alright, so they're not hot on the top, but what I'm going to do is flip that one out over the top of the other, get off my hand, the other loaf. it over here. And then I'm going to flip this one out. I don't think I even need the, whatever you call that thing. But yeah, those are done. Now they're just going to sit there and cool off the rest of the way. I got sugar all over my hands now. And if y'all have ever paid attention, whenever I'm in my kitchen and I'm cooking something, I do that soapy rinse. And then, like, I'm the only one using this towel. And as soon as I'm done cooking, whatever I'm cooking, I will throw it in the washer to be washed. So, I know that some people may think that's weird, but my hands are clean. It's not like they're contaminated. Now, when I do, like, if I touch meat or eggs or anything that might carry some sort of bacteria, I do a thorough scrubbing. But if I've just got a little flour on my fingers or something, I just do that. And you know, some people, they just do this whenever they get flour on their fingers. So I don't know why I feel the need to explain that, but I do. Let me know what you do. Let me know if you think I'm gross. I don't know. I don't think it's gross though, because I get all the oil and stuff off if I have oil or eggs or meat stuff. But that's going to be doing its thing. And my hands were clean before I actually, now before I actually start cooking, I do a thorough scrub too. So, why am I talking about this? I don't know. Because there's so many people who fuss at YouTube creators because they are not washing their hands. Well, sometimes we cut it out because you don't want to see all that, hear all that. I need to get a new towel. Actually, with my washing my hands for the YouTube situation, instead of people telling me I don't wash my hands enough, people have told me I wash them too much, and that might be why they're so dry and stuff. And, you know, there's a lot of tips I've gotten that I truly appreciate, because some things have helped. And I enjoy whenever y'all care enough about me to say, hey, why don't you try this? It makes me feel like, hey, they care, you know, that kind of thing. But let's not talk about washing hands anymore. We all know we do it. At least we hope we do. So now I'm going to put in the butter, brown sugar, regular sugar, and I'm going to mix it until it's light and fluffy. I need to get me a little spatula. And since I washed this one, I'll just grab it. And I'm going to keep this bowl for my egg whenever it's time to crack it. But it's not time for that yet. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you know it, but the brown sugar in chocolate chip cookies, it's one thing that makes them chewy and delicious. But it makes them chewy. Just in case you didn't know, now you know. That's good enough. I'll use that again. Alright, brown sugar. Can you let me have that? Regular sugar, and yes, I will know the difference because I'm putting my brown sugar thing on there. So, how much do I need? 2/3 cup, 1/3 cup. Okay. 1/3 is 5. Let me get another tablespoon. I got another teaspoon as well, but it's actually a half teaspoon. So I need a lot of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do 2 of this because it's only half. That's a little more. Okay. And I'm going to put the lid back on there. Now, I need to do quite a bit more of this. So I need to do 10 of these because I need 2/3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And y'all might be saying, why are you doing that? Why are you showing us you doing that? Well, because some people may not have all of the utensils. They may only have the spoons. They may not have the cups. And this is dark and light brown sugar. But get down in there. Get back down in there. Live with your friends down in there for now. But some people may not have all the utensils. You may only have spoons. You may not have the cups, or you may not have the 1/3 cup. Do I have it? Yes, I do. But if I show you how to do it otherwise, maybe it'll help. I don't know. But I'm going to cream this together. And it's supposed to be light and fluffy. But let's hope that this bowl is not too small. I probably should have used the other bowl. I'm going to start slow though. And use Jeff's trick, because he said if you hold it like this, it doesn't throw the stuff out. And I asked him how he knows that. He said he doesn't know, he just knows it. It's just logical to him. And it's logical to me now, after he explained it. And some of the stuff he tells me, it just amazes me. I don't know how he knows these things. Trying to get all that off of there. That's stuck in there. Okay. You got to come out. Get out of there. We don't want you in there. There we go. Now let's try again. That's better. Anyways, but yeah, him telling me about holding it down forward like this, I had never heard of such in my life. Doing pretty good with not throwing it everywhere right now. Alright, I think that's good. And now, please be still, don't fall over. Okay, don't want to scare me or my peoples. 1 egg. Gonna put that in. You stay there. And I'm not using one of my girls' eggs this time because I have a bunch of store-bought ones that I need to use up anyway. Well, I don't need to let them just sit there, is what I'm saying. I do still have some of my girls' eggs, but I have this. I need to use it. It's going to get used. Okay, so let's see. Now we got to do the vanilla. I wanted to make sure it was the right time before I did it. It uses a lot more vanilla than I expected to, which I don't mind one bit because I've got it and it's going to be delicious. Alright, so that's all of that I need. So I'm going to move all of these things out of the way. I should have kept that, but I didn't. That was loud, I'm sure. Alright, so it says to scrape down the sides, but I didn't do that. I'll do it now. that will go in there, so I'll just put that there for now. So now I just got to, let's see, what does it say? Beat it together till it's incorporated. Close my little door and put the lock on. Alright, so move this out of my way. And I'm going to bring my flour mixture back over. Make sure I'm doing this right. Add the flour and beat. Oh, I should have kept that. Oh well. I'm going to use my spatula because it said something about a rubber spatula. And I went ahead for that instead of doing the other, but I can do this with my hands, it's fine. I don't have to have a machine this time, it's okay. But you're supposed to mix this together until it's incorporated, and then we're going to add our chocolate chips. It just does not seem like enough of the liquid, I guess you could say. But maybe that's why you're supposed to use the other. But I'm supposed to mix it till it gets incorporated. And then, let's see. Going to go ahead and add chocolate chips. It uses a lot of chocolate chips. I'm just thinking it's too much. I'm not going to put all that it calls for in there at first. That's a lot for that little bit. I mean, it's only a quarter more cup. But I don't want chocolate cookie, I want chocolate chip cookie. It said you can use your hands to mix, and I may do that. And then I have to refrigerate it for 10 minutes for it to, yeah, any more chocolate chips would be way too many. That's probably way too many already. But anyway, I have to refrigerate it for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes to make it easier to handle. So, I should have kept the smaller bowl. Let me make sure this is well incorporated. I don't know why I need to refrigerate it, because it seems like it's going to do okay now. But I'm going to follow the instructions, do what it says. If I can find somewhere to put this big old bowl. I think I'm going to swap bowls. I'm going to wash that one real quick and put this in it, and then cover it up and let it be in, or I may just grab a glass bowl. I don't know what I'm doing. The glass bowls are right here. Alright. Trying to make sure all of it's in there. Let me wash that bowl real quick. Alright, get that dried out. And I'm just gonna, well, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to cover this up and just put it in the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes. And while that's doing that, I'm going to clean up my mess. I should have read further into this recipe because it says to put them into 6 equal portions if you're making 6 of the huge ones, which we're not doing. And to place them on parchment paper lined baking sheet, cover with plastic wrap, and refrigerate 3 hours or up to overnight. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to do it. I've got my oven preheated. I'm going to put them on the pan like I always do, and we're going to see what happens. I think it'll be okay. I've got a few more minutes before time, but I wanted to tell y'all that. I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have washed all my dishes. I got to clean off my counter. But I just noticed that, and I was like, what? Now, sugar cookies, I've done that with, like, let it refrigerate, but not chocolate chip. But I'm not doing it today. If it's a mistake, I'll let y'all know. You will know, for sure. But I'm not making them huge, so maybe that's the situation. I'm just going to make them, I'm not going to make them as small as I did last time, but I'm going to make them the second size scoop that I have. I think it's 2 teaspoons. One is 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons, I think 3 teaspoons. I'm not sure, but anyways, I'm not doing the 3 hours to overnight. The boys want some, and besides that, by the time the 3 hours is over, it's going to be time for me to be cooking supper already. And I can't. I'm cooking in the oven. I don't have time. So, I'm going to go ahead and clean up this, wait a few more minutes, and be back to show you the next part that I'm going to do. Not what she says. Just got this stuff delivered by Sam's. I had ordered it. This was on sale and we need some more, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And then because of our dogs being older, we've been adding canned food with their wet food, with their dry food, whatever. Wet food with their dry food. And this was actually the only one they had that was the cut in gravy. We don't really like the other kind for them because it doesn't mix as well. The gravy helps soften the stuff. We also add a little bit of water too. But this kind actually has no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, and it's high protein. So whenever your dogs get older, you have to do different things. I think I said it before, just like whenever they're babies. And this is the joint stuff. I think I did talk about me getting this stuff, ordering it. I don't know. Maybe it was just me talking to Jeff. But I ordered this because they are older, and you know, one of them is getting a little bit where she is not walking as well. It's like she's stiff whenever she first gets up, you know, like you do when you're old. So we got this. So I thought I'd show y'all. We got a little bit of a Sam's haul. Not much, but that was what we got. Okay, so that's what it looks like after it's chilled, same way it did before. This is my medium-sized scoop that Kathy had got me. I haven't used it yet, so this will be the first time. But I decided to use this size this time. And, oh, goodness. I'm going to just put, I think I'm just going to do 6 to a tray, or whatever this is, pan. Just do 6. I usually do I usually do 12 actually. So I could probably, I'm just doing 6. I don't know. I don't know how big they're going to get, so we'll see. If I find that they don't spread as much as I think, I can always, you know, do the next ones with more cookies than the first ones. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in. And it says for those ginormous cookies that are a ½ cup each, to cook for 15 to 18 minutes, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to try 10 minutes and go from there. And we'll see what happens. We'll move it over just a tiny bit toward the middle. Alright. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in and put it for 10 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started. And I'm going to go ahead and put 6 just because. I don't know why. Just because. And that's a good enough reason, right? Anyway, I'm going to do this and set up my, why do I always want to call them drying racks? Cooling racks on the table. I've already cleaned the table. Well, it didn't have anything on it except the stuff that, from Sam's, but Noah got the dog food off and I put the other things away, and, he put the dog food where it goes. And then I wiped it down. That's where I'm going with this whole whatever language I'm speaking, whatever crazy bill that I'm talking. But this is, oh, I hate that noise, It's awful. Sorry, I'm pretty sure a lot of you hate it too. Anyway, this is a new recipe to me, so we're going to see how it turns out. I've never refrigerated cookie dough that was chocolate chip. Now, I do wonder how this would be if it was frozen in this form. And then I've thought about making a bunch of cookies, freezing them like this before they're ever cooked. You know, flash freezing them. And then just bringing them out and cooking them like you would any other store-bought cookie. Don't know how it would work. I feel like I could probably put one here and one here. Let's test that. Actually, before I test that, I might want to look inside. See how they're spreading. They're not. They haven't been in there but 2 minutes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to test it. And put 8. You know, the less I have to do. I mean, the more I can do at a time is the less times I have to do it. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Alright, I'm going to stick this back in the refrigerator while that's doing its thing. And I'll be back whenever this is done. Whenever one of it's done. One thing, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so this is after 12 minutes. They did not go down very much. They did not spread very much. They didn't do it. They're still soft. Hopefully they'll be alright. But that's how they look. They smell really good. I think if there would have been any more chocolate chips, it would have been way too many. But they smell good. They look good. Except they're mounds of chocolate chip cookie instead of, you know, like you normally get. So maybe that means they'll be soft and chewy. That was hot. So I'm gonna put some more in the oven. Well, I've already got, no I don't. I didn't put them in there yet. But let me see if I can get this. There we go. There's the first 6. So I'm gonna get the others in, and I'll be back whenever they're all done so I can tell you how many there are and maybe taste one or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I just put the others in the oven and everything like 5 minutes, well actually a little bit more than 5 minutes, 7 minutes ago or so. That's all that's left. They have tasted and devoured the other ones. The boys did. Noah said it was exactly what he wanted in a chocolate chip cookie, except he said chocolate chomp cookie. He was saying it while trying to take another bite. But they give it an A+. Marcus does not understand why we don't buy the store-bought anymore. I think he might now. Anyway, he tried one and then Noah came back and got him some more. So I'm going to try this myself and let you know what I think. while those others are cooking, while that I can try this because it's cooled off enough. It's very good. I don't understand why you would leave it in the refrigerator overnight, unless whenever you cook it like a huge cookie, that it would like just be crumbly or something. I don't really know why, but that is good. Very good. I'm not gonna eat any more on camera though. I will finish that though. Maybe the only one I get. I better. But anyways, I've got, let's see, there was 6. Let me figure out how many it's gonna make, because I've already got all of them ready, you know, in ball form, whatever. I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay, so if I counted correctly, there was 31. I could have probably just made 30, but they're good. They're very good. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find this recipe for you guys online. If I can't, I guess I will type it out. I found it online, so I guess, you know, I should be able to again. But I don't know when let me see. I don't know when I printed it, because it doesn't have a date or anything on it. And for whatever reason, I wasn't putting the headers on. That's usually how I know the date, is because it'll have like the headers and footers on the top and bottom like that. But this one, like I did this one in 2012. 4 weeks to fill your freezer is what it is. But this one, I don't know. It doesn't have the headers and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can find it online, and I'll share it with y'all. I should be able to find it because of the name and everything. I should. I mean, it was online before. It should be there now, right? Hopefully. Maybe they didn't take it off, but it's very good. I recommend it, even though it's kind of weird with 3 hours and overnight and all refrigerating and stuff. But yeah, it's good. But I didn't put all the chocolate chips. I only put 2 cups. And I cooked them for 12 minutes. I didn't tell y'all that. I did add 2 more minutes. 12 minutes is all it took. So, I'll be back. Probably whenever I'm starting supper, because you've already seen the cookies now. So, that's how they're all going to look. So, whenever I start supper, I will come back. And we're doing the lazy lasagna, which is already made. And I'm going to do the pasta bake, which I haven't shared in a long time. But I'm going to show y'all how I do that tonight. So, it's all cooking today. It's all baking. Why? Because it's 80 degrees and I needed to heat up the house. I mean, I guess that's why. Why do I bake when it's hot? Because Alabama is my only excuse. It's most of the time hot here. And if I didn't bake then, I would never bake. If I waited till it was cool weather, I wouldn't be doing it. Hardly ever. But anyway, I'll be back whenever I start supper. Okay, so it's almost 5 o'clock. It's like 4 minutes till. And I'm about to start supper. It should be done in, I don't know, less than an hour. I don't know, maybe more. I can't remember if I cooked the noodles on the lazy lasagna before. I do remember that I reused my aluminum foil the last time. So, and it's got holes in it. So this time it's got to go. Because there's no saving anymore of, I mean, it's just, it's done. Because whenever I reuse it, I use it a couple times, but then I'm not able to anymore. I'm not showing y'all what I'm doing, which is kind of not cool, right? Let's show y'all. Okay, so I have taken off some of the layers of the foil, and I will use some of that foil, but now I'm going to take off this layer of cling wrap, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to put some foil back over it, and this will cook just like that. Did I cook these, pre-cook them? Yeah, I pre-cooked these noodles some. So this, well, it's still partially frozen, so it will take a little while, but it shouldn't take too terribly long. I have some Parmesan. Nope, this is not Parmesan. I was looking at the Parmesan. This is mozzarella. I have that here. I have some marinara, more Parmesan there, and some elbow macaroni. The only thing I'm missing is a spoon in a bowl. A spoon in a pan, actually. So let me grab a pan. Which one do I want to use? Thank you for making that loud, horrible noise. Can you let me have my pan, please? Thank you. I didn't think that it was going to let me have it. Alright, so put that down there. And I have forgotten one more thing. Other than a bootiness bowl, or whatever I said. I need some pepperoni. It's been a very long time since I made this. So forgive me if I don't remember. Alright, so I'm not going to put all of this in here. And I'm not going to put all of the marinara in here either, because I'm not cooking like a whole pan. But if I was doing like a whole, well, I'm not doing as much as I normally do. I'll put it that way. If I was doing a big amount, let me stop making that noise. If I was doing a big amount, I would use all of this, but I'm not, because I don't even know how much of it's going to be eaten tonight. Now we can put it away for leftovers, but you know, I'm just trying to be a little bit more sensible. I may go ahead and put all this marinara. No, I don't need all that. That'd just be too much. But I am going to add water to this. And you might be thinking, why are you adding water if you're not going to use all of the marinara? Well, the noodles are normally, they have water in them because they have been cooked. But I'm not cooking them this time. So I'm going to grab some water. I don't really know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to set that there. I'm going to use all this Parmesan that's left. It's not much. I could have put the water in this. What's happening? I don't know. And then, just because that's there, I'm going to just use this. Just because there's a little bit there. It's just a very cheesy dish. It's very yummy. I mean, I don't like it as much as Selena liked it, but, or as much as Noah likes it. I guess Selena still likes it. I don't know. But she used to eat it all the time. It was one of her favorites. I used to make it for her all the time. So anyway, now I'm just going to put some pepperonis in. That's the only meat in the whole thing, the only protein. I've also, while I was gone, I went ahead and emptied the dishwasher. There was nothing to reload because I had hand washed everything. Alright, so I'm going to put water in here as much as I think that I need to cook these noodles. But I don't want to put too much in here because then it'll water it down and it won't be as tasty. So it's a fine line there. Maybe I do need to put the rest of the sauce in. I don't know. may add some more noodles too. Noah will probably eat this too with Marcus. I mean, he'll eat some of both of these things. So this is not just for Marcus. I think that he likes just about anything that tastes like pizza or tastes similar to pizza. The reason why I started making this, I used to buy these boxes. I want to say it was Betty Crocker, but I'm not sure. Years ago, they were called Pasta Bake. And I used to buy them for my kids, and well, for all of us to eat. And one day I was like, I could do this myself. And I think it will be better. Because the sauce, I always had to add extra seasoning and stuff. And it just didn't ever taste as good as I thought it should. So I decided to try it. So it worked out that everybody liked this for a long time. I, at one time, would put hamburger meat in it. And Selena didn't like it as much with the hamburger as she did with just the pepperoni. So I just started putting just pepperoni in it. Alright. I don't know if I need to add any more or not. I think maybe just a little bit. I just want to get it enough that those noodles can cook. And I think that's good enough. This is not dirty, so I'm just gonna put this back over here to let it dry out. Okay, so I'm gonna cut up some of this. I usually use shredded, but I don't have that right now. But I'm gonna cut some, and it's not frozen this time. But I'm gonna cut it up and just put some in there, like some little chunks of it. And then I'm gonna finish cutting it up to put on all of it. I don't know why I was trying to save that. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I usually just, I'm gonna put some on both of those whenever they're done, is what I'm saying. And I don't think that I'm gonna buy this kind of mozzarella again from Sam's. It tastes good, but it's so difficult to work with that I just don't wanna, I don't wanna deal with it. I'm just gonna break up some little pieces to go in there and just kind of squish them down in. I hear people. I guess they weren't coming in here. I thought I heard one of the boys. I might have. Okay, I think that's probably going to be enough, but I'm just going to cut the rest of this up because I will put some of it on that. I don't know, it may be too much to put on all of this because this is a smaller lazy lasagna, but either way it'll be cut up and put in the refrigerator, and it won't be that big of a deal to have it already ready to go for something else this week at some point. Who knows, maybe we'll put some extra on a pizza or something. But I'm not trying to make this into slices. I'm not trying to do anything special. I'm just trying to get it cut up. And it is much easier to cut when it's thawed, but it just, if y'all remember when I tried to shred it with my food processor, oh boy, that was a gunky mess. And also, whenever I tried it with my grater that Joanne got me, oh boy, cleaning that grater that day, I said, nope, I'm never going to use it for that again. I will never do this kind of cheese in that grater again because I thought I was never going to get it clean. It was such a mess. Alright, I'm going to squish that down in there some. And I'm going to put some of that foil that I took off of this, and I'm going to put it in the oven. It's at 350. It's already preheated. And, yeah, I'm going to cook it. But after today, this foil will be no more. I think it's had it. I don't even know if that piece is big enough. No, it's not. Do I have a piece that's big enough over here? I'm gonna make it work. And I do put it on the pan because it will, it'll boil over a little bit. It'll come out a little. So there we go. Put it in the oven, and I'll be back whenever I start to put the cheese on. Okay, so they've been in the oven for an hour, and as you can see, the noodles have cooked on this one. Now this one, the noodles were already done. I'm not gonna do anything yet, but this one I'm gonna stir up a little bit just to make sure that all of them in the middle are done before I put the other cheese on top. I've got to get some sort of something to protect my hand because I do need to grab this a little bit. Yeah, this needs to be stirred because it's got a lot of liquid still in there. But and then you can see like that noodle right there, it's not done. So I'm going to check. See, some of these noodles, you can tell they're not done. But I'm going to check the temperature, or I'm going to check this one on the lazy lasagna anyway, to see how it's doing. It's been in for about an hour. Maybe not quite an hour, but almost. And I think that probably another 30 minutes or so, and it'll be ready. But I'm just going to kind of tint the, for some reason it feels like this is not as saucy as it should be. I'm wondering if I should put some of that sauce on here from the other. But I know we ate this, last time I had made it. But sometimes whenever you put something in the freezer, it needs a little extra. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sauce on here. And I will add the other cheese too. I should have kept that spoon. As always, I got to add a little bit of water to get all the rest of the goodie out of this. And I'm just going to spread this around all over it. It just seems like it's a little bit drier. But sometimes freezing things does that. And y'all know it hasn't, well, if you were here whenever I put them in the freezer, they haven't been in there that long. Okay, so I'm putting the lids, okay, the aluminum lids back on. Putting the foil back on them as well as I can without burning myself. I'm going to cook them for another 30 minutes maybe, and then check them again. And then I'll put the cheese on if I think they're ready. They should be by then. I'll put the cheese on and let that melt. And they'll be ready to eat. Super simple supper. There we go. And I'll be back whenever that's ready. Lazy lasagna and pasta bake. I'm recording. Okay, so it's been a little while and I'm gonna, good grief, did it get heavier? Or did I just get weaker as the day goes by? Anyways, I'm going to, I know it's done by now. Yeah, it's done. I can hear it's like cooking. Get off there. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cheese on top. I got stuff on me. I can't open the cheese. What is happening? Jeffrey, help me. There, you didn't bother to help me.
I was grunting for you.
You were grunting for me? Okay. Anywho's, while he's over there grunting for me, I'm going to put cheese on this. And then I'm going to stick it back in for a couple minutes to let it melt. Do we want to do garlic toast? I don't think Marcus eats it. But we could do it for me and you and Noah. And if he wants it, I mean, if Marcus eats it, then he can have it too. I don't think he does, though.
No, I don't think I want to.
Alright, what about salad? We've got some romaine already cut up, and I think there's some cucumber already cut up. We can just cut up a tomato, have a small salad in our new salad plates. Or, they're not salad plates, but they're plates, as Noah called them. Would you want a salad or what? No answer.
I'll take a little salad.
Alright, will you go find out if Noah wants one? Ask Marcus too, because, I mean, he might have changed and he might want one, but I don't think he eats very many vegetables. Alright, so this cheese will melt just all over this, and yes, this is the bowl I used for the water. It's also a bowl that had ham or turkey in it, one or the other at one point. So I'm going to wash my hands, get the cheese off, and then I'm going to stick it back in the oven for a few minutes, and I'm going to fix our salads. Because that's all that's left. So Marcus doesn't want a salad? How surprising. Not really. The table's already clean too, if you want to set it for us, if you don't mind. Alright. Ugh, this is heavy. You're going to have to get it out of this oven whenever it's time to eat suppers. So, like I said, I'm going to get salads done. I've got lettuce. There should be enough here. If not, then I'll just cut up some, what do you call it? It's iceberg. Do you want onion on your salad? We got some onion. No? Okay. If this is not enough cucumber, I've got more. Do you want some tomato? Why am I showing them all of this? Because, I mean, I don't know. Because I'm crazy. Anyway, I'm going to make salad and I'll be back. Because this video, after all the stuff I've done today, might be really long. I don't know. I didn't even think it was going to be enough of a video today. Like, I thought it was going to be, like, not much. Because I didn't think I was doing anything, really, that y'all hadn't seen before. But you haven't seen those cookies, and you haven't seen the pasta bake in a very long time. So, there's a little bit. So, I'll be back. Okay, so this is my salad. I don't eat dressing. And then there's Jeff's, and he's got some dressing there. And then Noah's over there. Marcus didn't want one. And there's the pasta bake and the lazy lasagna. And we've also got some Parmesan cheese because I used all the other in that. So I grabbed a new one, and I've got the garlic spread. In fact, I just bought this. I'm glad I did, or we wouldn't have had any, because somehow I've been slacking. But that is our dinner for tonight, and it was quick and easy. Well, it was easy. It took a little while to cook that, but it was simple. So there's supper. Okay, with that, that is all I have for today. Supper is on the table, and I came in here so that y'all could hear me a little bit better, tell y'all bye, because the boys are in there talking, and they still have some things. They're making cups and stuff, so it was a little bit louder after I got done filming that little bit, and I didn't want to stop them. So I am here to tell you goodbye, good night, see you later, see you next time, see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the baking and, well, the baking, because that's all I've done today, even though the pasta dishes, I guess they're still baked, right? Right, yeah. They're put in the oven. Anyways, the cookies are really good. They're different. Jeff tried one. He said they were different. I couldn't eat many of them if I wanted to because they are very sweet. So that's a good thing. And so there's not a lot for that in that recipe either, though. That would be a good recipe if you wanted to make a chocolate chip cookie cake. You know, instead of a cake, it'd be a chocolate chip cookie. That'd be a great recipe for that. But that is all I have for today. I do hope you enjoyed this. The recipes that I have available to you will be linked in the description box below. The pasta bake and my lazy lasagna, I don't have anything for that. If you ever want me to print, like, put one on my blog so I can have a printable for y'all, let me know. I will do that for each one of those if you'd like it. But thank you for hanging out with me today. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and do all the YouTube things. If you didn't, do them anyway. You might like something I do later. Most importantly, let me know how you're doing in the comments. And yes, my shower is open because I'm washing the shower curtain. Or actually, I'm letting it soak. Why am I talking about that? Because it's different. Anyway, again, I don't know. I get on these things. I see things, it distracts me. It's like a squirrel. Remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.